How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another SBT video where we have two coaches joining me today, and this is going to be more like an interview slash tribute to one of our coaches that's unfortunately leaving the SBT league, and he's been with us for about 3 seasons in the A League division, and he's been a really good coach. I'm going to introduce Mawiles to you guys. Mawiles, you can say hi.
Hello, guys. Yeah, hello, guys. It's Mawiles here, coach of the Memphis Mawiles. I've been with the SBT since season 2.
Bringing some heat
and
ever
I
since
finally,
season 2.
right, and unfortunately, I feel like it's time for me to retire the jersey of the Memphis Mawiles. And yeah, I'm just glad to have a nice couple of seasons in between. So I would like to thank Mams, and also thank the other coaches and mods that's been with me through thick and thin.
Well, it's been a
And we can
pleasure
talk
having
about
you.
Yeah,
I
thank
also
you
want to introduce Swampy before we continue.
Yep.
He's with us as well, just because it's nice to have a couple interviewers with Mawiles.
Right, and who better to have an interview with than somebody that knew me for about a year now.
Yeah, since the UTL,
Yeah.
since the UTL there, or
It says,
Since-
well, even before
Before
UTL.
that, even before that, yeah, before the UTL.
yeah.
Yeah.
I only knew you guys since like season 2 of UTL, but when I joined that
Right.
league, like I had no idea what I was getting into.
You took over for the legend himself.
Oh yeah,
The
our
legend.
legend and savior Kuro, he unfortunately
Gotta
had to drop due to a lot of salt. Yeah,
Hacks.
yeah, for real. But when I joined that, I didn't know what I was getting into, and then I met you two, and like obviously, you were the better coaches of the league. So I'm glad that you guys were able to join SBT with us as well, because it really added some competition to that front.
I just hope that every one of my matches I had throughout the seasons, 2 through 4, has motivated some coaches to do better. Maybe I may have
I think you definitely inspired some people to bring some out of the box heat.
For real. Like,
Yeah.
I've seen some
Like,
stuff that I would have never imagined. Like, I mean, I'm not going to spoil anything. You can talk about that, but a lot of stuff, like I've never seen Bronzong put in so much work before.
I've never seen that either.
So,
Yeah, I was just trying to make a scene back in season 2, and we could talk about Bronzong actually right now.
yeah,
We could talk about the set that I brought. I want to say a few times before.
yeah.
It was the Trick Room Weakness Policy Explosion Bronzong.
I'm not gonna lie, I ended up using that as well this season.
Yeah, I
But-
saw it, and it was trademarked. So
I think you had Bronzong in season 3, if I remember.
it was versus Griffith. That was one of the matches I brought it with.
No, you had it in season 2 because I
Yes.
remember the kill leaders were something like Celesteela, what else? Mega Deonce, which I had, and then it was randomly a Bronzong, which was yours. So that was season 2, if I remember.
Right. We're all speaking about season 2 right now. So one of the highlight matches was me versus Griff.
Yeah.
Rest in peace to him and his A League career.
He was
Until
in A-League
until
season
further
2.
notice.
He was
Pretty
in
sure
A-League.
he was B League season 2, wasn't he?
No. He was
No,
in
he
A-League
was
season 2. Just because.
Oh, was he?
Yeah, he was very close. That was when I had my winning streak when I was tied with Eagle,
Yeah.
and he was the one coach that actually like had a couple of turns on me that I just kept on losing my ways due to hacks, losing a rock slime miss to his Araquanid. I had nothing for his Araquanid, I believe.
Yeah.
So Renewed Eclipse put in some work that time and crippled it for me.
Although I do remember your match versus Griff came down really close, though, right?
It
Like-
was very close. It was very close. He could have brought in foul play and screwed me over completely.
Yeah. But
As a matter of fact, that's the same match that I brought Hyper Beam Little against. So that was
Hyper Beam will
two 2 crazy sets in one match.
which I do respect that. I think you ended up dropping Lilligant later on in the season though, but
Yeah, I did actually for Torterra.
yeah, which you had another pretty heat set against Bolus with Torterra.
Yeah, it was actually the natural gift, um, the flying type berry for his chestnut.
Yeah,
That's why I purposely switched out.
I think you like to use the natural gift sets a lot, which is nice. Like this season with Entei, it's obviously, well, you know what? It might not be as hidden anymore. Obviously, the natural gift Entei set can be a thing, but natural gift.
I've seen it before.
Yeah, I mean I know about it. It's not too crazy to hear about it, but obviously you see more likely the Choice Bandit set anyways. So
Right.
when it catches you by surprise is what I mean, right?
Yeah, speaking of catcher by surprise, I also want to move on to the next match that I had in season 2.
Yeah.
I think this is the only 2 matches I'm gonna speak about in season 2 since everything went downhill after that. After facing you, facing Eagle,
Oh yeah.
it was a match against the Tyler,
Tyler.
the
Yeah. Oh
what's
yes.
the word? The
Yes.
server creator. There we go.
The Canadian kid. Yeah.
I never thought I would put in so much work with a Blaziken, especially with a Blaziken.
Blaziken did so much work that match. What was it? Flame Charge,
It was
and
Flame Charge, Z Mirror move.
was it sub as well?
I believe, yeah, it was.
What does Z mirror move do again?
So it raises your attack by 2 stages, and then
Ooh.
the last move that your opponent used, it takes it and turns it into a Z move version of it. So
Oh, Jesus, that's crazy.
so
So I just
yeah.
outcode Tyler Zygar with Tectonic Rage, and the first comment was like, "What?" in the
Yeah,
chat.
I love that. I didn't know what he's just like. What?
He was never expecting that. I never expected it to work
Yeah.
successfully. That I believe.
Yeah. When I first saw it, I was like, that was insane because you basically just took his 1,000 arrows, turned it into a Z move, and then went +2, and then O-code his Zygarde, and it was hilarious. But I guess it's more commonly seen now on Tapu Koko, the Z mirror move. But
Yes.
I still like obviously seeing it on Blaziken, especially when
Right,
Blaziken's like
'cause-
a tier 3.
It's not something you really expect.
Mm-hmm.
And there were some cool other sets that I've brought, especially against Swampy's Terror from Manaphy.
Yeah.
Since I had history with it, I had to bring Empoleon.
Mm-hmm.
That was the only thing I had for it, because if not, I would have gotten destroyed completely.
I think Empoleon's a really
not
nice
faster.
answer for Manaphy anyways, right? Like,
Yeah, I mean, because Manaphy can bring an energy ball, but I mean,
Right.
Empoleon's bulky enough to take one.
and it's neutral anyways, so
Yeah.
mhm.
There was this one match, I don't believe I won. Maybe I've won. I won that match against Gene when I brought Gravity Landorus with Earth Power.
Gravity Landers. What was it? Was it for his Celesteela?
Celesteela and Weezing.
Yeah, not bad. Because I remember that whole scenario I had against Zombie too. When Zombie had Weezing and Celesteela, I didn't have Gravity at that time, but I had to bring like Switcheroo, Iron Ball, and stuff. But Gravity's a really nice flavor.
Can we? I do have one question though, and that was Z-Dig Leafeon.
Yeah,
Yes, Z-Dig.
We gotta talk about that.
earlier this
Yeah,
season.
we're gonna skip forward to season 3, which is season 4. My bad.
Yeah, season 4.
Season 4, I actually brought because I was gonna bring Natural Gift again
Yeah.
until I speak to Stumbles. Since it's essentially the league is already over, I'm just gonna speak about it right now. I've created a secret group
Yeah.
where one coaches from each league join together to share info against their own opponents. Apparently, it didn't work out as well. I had me and Stumbles, and I'm not sure if I want to speak about the other coach, but he's in C League.
I thought.
So I'm just gonna keep it as that.
Okay. Yeah, we don't have to mention it. I know that Stumbles mentioned something about that, but I know he said that he talked you into that Z dig, which was hilarious.
Yeah,
Because
he actually did mention it. I was like, you know what? This makes a lot more sense.
yeah, because if you guys don't know, you probably know by now, but season 4 we changed it to Open Z, so any mon on a coach's roster can have a Z move, and obviously Leafeon gets like knockoff and stuff, but seeing Z dig was incredible because it just O-code. Well, it was the Victini that it destroyed.
It was the big teeny.
Yeah. So, I did you also what was the set exactly? What was the exact set?
I believe it was supposed to be a sweeper, chlorophyll, sunny day, swords dance, leaf blade, and dig.
Okay, so you didn't even have knockoff, which
I had nothing for the Delmai, so I was essentially just fluffing the match.
yeah. Still a really cool set to see. Like I think you were expecting maybe like Delmais to drop before that, or like you didn't even really care about Delmais, although Delmais would have walled you, but you could have still dealt a lot of damage to it anyways.
Right. I also want to go back to that one match with my Bronzong set. I actually O-code Amanda Buzz. That's how destructive it was back then.
Wait, what was the set?
The Trick Room Bronzong
Oh yeah, the
weakness
Trick Room
policy
Bronzong.
set. Yeah, it actually O-code a Amanda Buzz.
Not bad, not bad. Do you know who that was against? That wasn't an SBT, I'm guessing, right?
It wasn't the SBT. It was season 2. I believe it was against a coach that isn't here no more.
Oh, I think it was against Juke Loans.
No, it wasn't Juke.
I don't know who else.
It was Chrome. His name. His,
oh,
his
yeah,
ID
that's
was
right.
Chrome.
Yeah. I remember. Yeah. We can pull up that replay as well for you guys to see. But yeah, we'll just have that in the vid as we talk.
Right. I'll leave it with him, so it makes it easier for him.
I got you. Okay, so we talked a bit about your games. Do you have a couple more that you want to talk about?
Well, especially for season 3, one of the coaches that wanted to battle for a long time, I actually did got to battle, was against Cheese. Because if it wasn't for Swampy, like, if not equal to Swampy, I would say just equal to me in general. I faced Cheese because he's just the most creative one that I've ever faced.
So, you know what? I do remember your match versus Cheese in season 3, and that was an amazing match. I remember he brought what was it? Imprison
Transform Smeargle,
and that was incredible to see.
I was dumbfounded. I was dumbfounded how that happened.
He transformed into your Marowak, and because he used Imprison, you couldn't
use any of my moves at all.
And that was hilarious to see. Yeah, she's definitely a great coach. He's been doing well in B League, and I'm pretty sure he's going to get bumped up to A.
Shout out to Cheese.
Yeah. But we could definitely have that match pulled up as well. He's a really good coach, for sure.
Alright, so I'm looking at a couple more matches here.
Well, we could talk about your kill leader last season, season 3. You had Mega Gyarados, and that thing, I think, wrecked through most of A League. I know how
It was.
I know how destructive Mega Gyarados can be, especially if it gets, because it runs Waterfall a lot, and that can flinch you. The fact that it can flinch you means that Gyarados can be even more of a threat, because like, if it just flinches through your answers, it's not fun at all.
It's Pokemon that's just what, like 45 to like 53%, and you get a flinch, and you're knocked out essentially next turn.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
And that's after rocks, after spikes, after a U-turn, knockoff damage, whatever. It was kind of, I paid a little bit of tribute to that. I ain't gonna lie, I paid a little tribute to Karo with that one.
For sure, yeah. I mean, I had to pick Gyarados up after Karo left, but that was the first time I ever used Mega Gyarados, and he's a powerhouse for sure.
Well, yeah. So what do you think about all this, Swampy? All the matches, all the highlights, and the crazy sets I've brought.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy, dude. I mean, you've always been one. I said this before that you've always been really good at coming up with like really crazy sets, and especially with low tier ones. Like,
yeah.
Like, I feel like if you were like in a low tier league, like you would probably win.
Yeah,
Because like
you would dominate.
Right.
Because I remember
I
in
never tried it before.
Swampy, in your league, I remember I think Mawiles picked up Mega Camel, and you know,
oh yeah, he did.
You were trying stuff
No,
like that.
I'm pretty sure he's pretty familiar with Mega Camel too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
I mean that mon just anything it hits. I mean it's slow as fuck, but
Yeah,
anything it hits, like nothing really wants to take like a fire blast. Mega Camel.
It's
like
sheer force boosted.
Yeah.
Nothing's really gonna take it well. So
no.
And you know,
Yeah,
Mega Camel
I
obviously
thought
gets coverage as well, right? It gets like rock coverage, like Rock Slide and Ancient Power. So
it does.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I had some crazy sets out of SBT. But I ain't gonna talk about it. Let's just say it's it helped me out to keep up with all the coaches here and create the successfully create all the sets I've had up to this so far. There was one match this season actually against Gene that should have happened, but due to hacks because of that dumb bird, it never happened. And it was kind of a miss prep on my side. I could have brought it was Sacred Fire over Flame Charge.
See,
no idea why I brought Flame Charge.
That's what I was curious about as well, because Flame Charge is never strong enough. Although with Entei, because he's so strong, I guess sometimes it does work. But was that set the weakness policy Entei, or was it?
It was the weakness policy set.
Yeah.
Yep.
Which is amazing to see. Like I like seeing like a weakness policy Entei. Didn't you have it like Howl or something as well?
It was Howl actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was Howl with stomping tantrum for talk specs.
Yeah. I remember that.
So I kept on spamming it till it eventually goes to Scald.
Oh, that match was against Eagle, right? Sorry, yeah.
Yeah, it was
against
Eagle.
Talking about like Gene. It was against Eagle Gene, and yeah, it was definitely interesting to see, because I think that Entei could have, like, if not won, he would have done a lot of work.
It would have had a lot of potential to destroy everything until that Porygon Z just hit me with a Z move.
Yeah. Yeah, of course.
But it was inevitable.
Yeah. Well, it was also props to Eagle for bringing like the ground reducing berry on packs as well, but even then, like I think you still would have done enough damage to the point where like something else can come in and revenge. So
yeah, he probably brought it for the Zygarde or the Pillow Swine if I decided to go for EQ or 1,000 arrows.
Which makes sense, yeah.
But yeah, but battling these coaches back to back for every season, I've learned a lot from them. I've learned from my mistakes, despite having the disadvantage with my setups and all that. Yeah. Of course, I have creative sets, but this season wasn't the best for me. And that's fine. I've learned to work with things that isn't the right tools for the job, and get far. So if I could be creative with lower tier mounts, I could definitely keep up and make some creative sets. Like the one match I almost forgot about it just now, but there was a one match against Hunter, which I played for the first time this season.
Yeah.
Shout out to Hunter, because I wanted to battle him too. He was one of the veteran coaches I have yet to battle. I finally got to do that this season officially.
Yeah.
I actually brought Laser Focus Special Cabalion.
I saw that. That was amazing to see too. Because you just immediately get it crit afterwards. You know what I do remember? Didn't you bring like Z Laser Focus on something? Or
Z Laser Focus. I don't know. I probably may have think about it, but I don't think I actually brought it.
Oh, you know what it was? I think it was last season, season 3. You brought Laser Focus on Halucha as well. And that was incredible to see. I think you brought that, right?
Yes, yeah, actually I did. Thanks for reminding me. I just can't remember which match it was.
That was amazing. I'll end up finding it and like posting it on this vid anyways, but That was really cool to see as well, because obviously you can bring swords dance and stuff, but if you can get crits, then swords dance.
No skill involved, right?
Yeah.
You just go for luck.
So
why not? Why not try to? Why not just like guarantee the hacks instead of like trying to fish for it?
exactly, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it's nice. I think you also played another coach for the first time this season as well, in Witcher, and that was a really good match. I think I'm gonna pull it up later. I'm not too sure how it went down, but
Actually, for the record, I just didn't want to be that guy, but I faced Witcher for a couple times. I faced him. Well, this season was the third time. First time was back in the regular season, season 3. I lost against him. I beat him in the
that's right,
playoffs.
that's right.
Yes,
That's
I played
right.
him in the playoffs and knocked him out.
Ah, yeah. I gotta rewatch some of those matches because I remember because you didn't get to face him in season 2, I don't think, and
No.
then he got bumped to A, and then you guys were both in A last season, so that's right, yeah.
Well, one of my personal achievements was beating Eagle season 3
Yeah,
in regular season,
yeah.
and
Didn't
in the end, he just knocked me out with a superior.
yeah. Didn't you beat him again this
No,
season?
the
No.
record is 4-1 now, actually,
Oh, okay.
if not 3-1.
Yeah, Eagle, he's a good coach as well, and he definitely
I'm just glad he got nerfed this season.
yeah. He definitely, you know what? Maybe him being the last season champion, he kind of figured, he didn't have to go super try hard this season and all that, but
Right.
still a really good coach, and I'm glad that we're finally getting up to his caliber of plays. But yeah, I like that. You were able to play a lot of stronger coaches this season as well, because I know that you've had to play SkyQuake a couple times already.
Yes, and that was some of the best not some of the best moments in the league as a whole.
Mm,
Because
but I
I
mean,
know things could go insane.
SkyQuake himself is also a really good coach. He knows how to preserve his win cons and just put a lot of pressure on his opponent. But I'm glad that he was able to join us for A League. He definitely gave every other coach a run for their money. Even I kind of lost to him. So
Even Simi. Could never forget about Simi.
Simi Chris. He brought a whole new level of plays to A League as well, with him bringing things like Specs Melodic and Specs Claydol. He really knows how to improvise and bring some sets that end up working surprisingly well. But yeah.
Yeah, sometimes it goes well, sometimes it doesn't go well. And
yeah,
I remember season 3 against you. It was week 1 when I brought that Celestial set.
Oh yeah.
I never really done any research on it, and it just flopped on me completely.
Yeah.
Which
Well,
made things even worse is that you swapped out
the
when I
thing is
needed
that
to destroy the most.
I know, because the thing is that, like, I was watching, I was trying to figure out if your Celestial had Flamethrower, and like, for all the moves that you were going for, it really seemed like you didn't have Flamethrower, and I could just bring in Mega Scizor on it, and you would do nothing to him anyway. So, Celestial obviously a big threat, and if people are creative enough to make him work, then he definitely sweeps on his own. But sometimes he can get walled by even the most common of things.
I've seen you use it a couple of times. I wanted to try it myself again.
Steela, yeah,
And,
for sure, man.
Unfortunately, I had to let it go.
Yeah,
I had to trade mid-season, but it's
Mhm.
fine.
I mean, I personally
I made
think
a comeback with with the Tapu Koko Halucha with Alolan Raichu. I also picked that up
Yeah.
from free agent.
I
And it got
personally
me-
think that was the better move for you, because you were more creative with that team after. And,
Yeah,
yeah, and it brought you into playoffs too, right?
it did. It did, because unfortunately, I love Celesteela because I hold it very close to me
Mm-hmm.
because of its lore and what it's based off of. But I hate to see the princess go.
You know.
Well, seeing I made it this far through 3 seasons, when I see a lot of coaches come and go, I've battled good coaches that may have came up, some may have dropped, but eventually I had the chance to come up again because the season coming up, season 5, season 6, if there is going to be a season 6, it's
Hmm.
going to get tougher eventually.
Oh yeah, for
I know
sure.
there's going to be a lot of changes with the SBT. I could tell because I've been dedicated for almost this year, if anything.
Hmm.
And I was very glad to be here and meet a couple coaches that I talk to every now and then, especially the new coaches from in season 3, not season 3, Celia. My bad. I don't know
Hmm.
how I got those confused completely.
Yeah.
And there are some coaches that I'm gonna miss
Mhm. Well,
if we already know what's going on, what's
we
already happening.
it's not like we're casting you out. You know, you're still gonna stick around. Um,
Oh, right,
and
right.
definitely a lot of good coaches that were added to this community. We're very happy to have them on board with us. SBT has been growing as a whole, and we're finally proud to like broadcast it on YouTube, and you know, hopefully maybe spark a lot more people's interest, or maybe inspire some people, especially if they're watching this video and seeing all of Mawiles' heat stuff. Hopefully more coaches can spark up from there, and that's obviously how League starts, you know.
Yeah, I'm just glad to leave a mark on the SBT, and hopefully those marks will actually inspire people to stay dedicated as long as I have. I may have my ups and downs with the league, but it's been fun overall. Shout out to all the coaches that played throughout the season since I've been here. To the
Hmm.
coaches I've been with through thick and thin. And thank you for having me here again, man. It's, you're
Of
honorary
course.
new admin now. So
Yeah.
congratulations to you.
Yeah. Finally moving up in the world. Um,
Congratulations to Swampy for being Swampy and a moderator too.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, we're glad to have you on board with this, Mawiles. Thanks again for joining us. And I think that's going to be it, guys. We're going to wrap up this interview slash tribute for Mawiles, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and keep an eye out for some more SBT content.
Thank you for having me again.